Hi everyone, it's Nadia from Yarn Utopia. Today we are making this beautiful Cuddle Up Baby Blanket. This is made using Vel Luxe yarn by Lion Brand Yarn. So I'll get into the supplies and then I'll get into the frequently asked questions about sizing, and then we'll get into making this beautiful project. I love this. This is so incredibly soft. So supplies, big huge thank you to Lion Brand Yarns for providing the yarn for this project today. I am using Vel Luxe. I'm using two colors. This one is Dusty Pink and this one is Eggplant Purple. So I used these two colors. I used 2 full cakes of this eggplant, and then I used just 1 cake of the light pink of this, what is it called, Dusty Pink color. So 2 full balls and 1 ball. But if you want to use or make your blanket bigger, I would use, this is our main color and this is our secondary color. So our main color, you need 2 to 1. So I'd get 4 and 2, or 6 and 3. So yeah, you get it. If you want to make it bigger. Those are the 2 colors I'm using. I love this yarn so much. It is incredibly soft. I'm using an eye crochet hook. In this tutorial, I'll be sharing using this crochet hook is from the Etsy shop Would Be Fancy. You can check it out by clicking the link in the description of this video, or go to Etsy and search Would Be Fancy. These are hand-carved, ergonomic, wooden handled crochet hooks. They fit perfectly in the palm of your hand. If you crochet like me, they work like this. If you crochet like a pen, like holding it like a pen, there's like divots in the right spots for your hand, and it is amazing. So get your favorite crochet hook. They are fixed into the handle. You can find out all the information on the Etsy shop Would Be Fancy. I'm using a 5.5 millimeter for this project. I would recommend either that or a J hook, which is 6 millimeters. So a J hook or an I hook, but one or the other. It's up to you, and it'll come out perfectly. Also, the scissors and a yarn needle, obviously, to cut your yarn and sew in your ends. And I'll show you, in this tutorial, the beginning half is going to be a swatch with a different type of yarn, because it's very difficult to see the stitches of this velvet yarn. So I wanted to make sure you saw the stitches, so I used a different yarn in this tutorial in the beginning half, but then the border I do show you is the velvet yarn. So check that out soon. But here is the blanket. Let me lay it out here. It's kind of a little bigger for my background here, but it's dual-sided, so you can use it either side, and it is just single crochets and double crochets, and it makes this cool, like, zigzaggy, almost like houndstooth look. It's so beautiful. So I love it so much. And you can make this wider, and you can make this longer. So this is the smallest size. It is a baby blanket, and I actually don't have my measure tape on me, but I will put the measurements in the written pattern. I'm pretty sure they're written in the written pattern on yarnutopia.com. That's linked in the description of this video if you're watching this on YouTube. So I'll put the measurements for this specific blanket that I have here on there, and then you can measure out how big a bigger blanket, if you want to throw, or a bedspread, or whatever. It's a multiple of 3 for your foundation row, and then so you can make this as wide as you want, and then you can, it's a repeat of row 2, so you just have to make this as long as you want. So really, creator's choice here. And then the border is this beautiful shell stitch border. So that is our project today. I have to say a huge thank you excuse me, to Lion Brand Yarn for providing this yarn today. Huge thanks to my dad, who's over my shoulder filming this tutorial, editing this tutorial, and posting it up for free for everybody on YouTube. And big thanks to you for watching. Make sure you subscribe. Check out all of our links in the description of this video. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, even Snapchat. I have behind the scenes footage of what we do here at Yarn Utopia. So make sure you check out all the socials. And let's get started and make this Cuddle Up Baby Blanket. For tutorial purposes, I'm going to use a different type of worsted weight yarn. I'm using, this is Vanna's Choice yarn by Lion Brand, but feel free to use any worsted weight yarn, any color. You can also still use the velvet yarn that I used in the original blanket, but just for you to see my stitches, I'm going to use this yarn today. So we're going to make a slip knot starting out. So put your short end over your long end, then fold this down and then pull your long end through that loop, pull tight, and then you can insert your hook into that loop, pull your working yarn, your long end, and there's your slip knot. And you don't want to make that too tight around your hook. So we are going to start out by chaining a multiple of 3. You can make this as wide as you want. The original blanket that I made has a foundation chain of 78 chains, but for this swatch here in this different color, I'm just going to chain 30. So yarn over, pull through, 1, yarn over, pull through, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm not going to make you watch me chain all the chains. So for the baby blanket that I made, it has 78 chains. So if you want to go do that, I'll be right back. All right, so for row 1, we are going to double crochet into the 3rd chain from the hook. So the loop on the hook doesn't count as anything, so count 1, 2, 3, this chain right here. And what I personally like to do is turn my chain towards me like this and work in these back ridges of the chain here. So 1, 2, 3, this chain here, we're going to yarn over, go into that chain, then yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, and yarn over and pull through 2 loops. Okay, the next step is to put another double crochet into that same chain. So yarn over, go into that chain, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Okay, now we're going to do the repeat here. We're going to skip 2 chains, and we're going to put our series of stitches in this next chain. So we're going to put a single crochet. So skip these 2, 1, 2, go into this next one. We're going to put a single crochet and 2 double crochets in there. So single crochet first, go in, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. And then in that same chain where that single crochet is, we're going to put 2 double crochets. So yarn over, go in, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And again, another double crochet in there. Okay, and then we're going to repeat. So skip 2 chains and go into this next one. Okay, and just single crochet and put 2 double crochets. And we're just doing that all the way across the first row. So skip 2, and then in the next one, right here, put a single crochet and 2 double crochets. So I'm going to do that all the way across, and then I'll come back and show you how to go on to row 2. All right, at the end of this row, when you have 3 chains left, all you want to do in that very last chain is just single crochet. Okay, don't put all 3 of those stitches in there. Just put a single crochet, and then we can go on to row 2. And that's going to be a repeat for the rest of your rows. You're going to end with a single crochet in the last stitch here. So we're going to chain 1, okay, kind of loosely, I guess. Turn your work, okay, and in this very first stitch where we just single crocheted, where our previous single crochet is, in this stitch, we are going to put 2 double crochets. So yarn over, go in, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So there's 1 and 2. Okay, now we're skipping the 2 double crochets and we're going to work into the single crochet stitches of each row. Okay, and in this single crochet stitch, we are going to single crochet and put 2 double crochets. Okay, very similar to row 1. Except now we're actually working in stitches. So in that single crochet, there's a single crochet and 2 double crochets. So skip these 2 double crochets, go into this single crochet stitch here, and put a single crochet and 2 double crochets. Okay, and then, I'm sorry, I just need to grab more yarn. There we go. Skip these 2 double crochets, work into this single crochet, and put a single crochet and 2 double crochets in there. And just do that all the way across. And at the very end of this row, you'll just single crochet in the last stitch, and I'll show you that, and we'll go on to row 3. Alright, so finishing row 2, we have these stitches left. In this very last stitch, it looks like a single crochet, or it's your turning chain. Just go into there and single crochet. Okay, now for the rest of this pattern, all you'll do is repeat row 2. It's so simple. You just chain 1, turn your work, put 2 double crochets in the first stitch, and then work in each of the single crochets in this row, putting a single crochet and 2 double crochets in each of the single crochet stitches across. Super simple. Now on my pattern, in the written instructions, I will share which rows I changed colors, and if you want to change colors, I can show you at the end of this row how to do that. Because you just change at the end of the row. If you are using multiple colors, you can just use one color, or you can use like a variegated yarn that if you wanted multiple colors. But if you want to actually do the striping like I did it, I used 2 different colors in my original baby blanket. So let me just finish this row, and then I'll show you, I'll grab another color and I'll show you how to change color. Okay, so on my pattern, on my original baby blanket, I'll pull it out here, as you can see, I changed colors after row 7, then I did rows 8 and 9 in a different color, and then rows 10 and 11 in a different color, or in that original color, and then these next rows 12 to 21 in this light pink. So you can see here, I'll write this all up on the blog on yarnutopia.com. It's linked in the description of this video. You can see which rows I did which colors. Okay, so you don't have to worry about that. Or you can just make your own up, whatever. It's up to you, creator's choice. But when you are changing color, at the end of a row that you decide to change color, go in like you're doing your last single crochet in the last stitch here, go in and yarn over and pull through with your same color, then hold those 2 loops on your hook and grab your new color. And hook that, just hook it like this, through those 2 loops to finish off that last stitch. Pull your yarn, your old yarn tight and your new yarn tight, and then chain 1 with your new color. Turn your work, and now you can continue working the pattern how you would, but you do have those stragglers over there, so let me show you exactly what to do. I'm just continuing now with the pattern exactly how it says. These are some interesting colors. So what I usually do, it's personal choice, personal preference, but what I usually do is cut my old color. Okay, have my new color and my old color, and I tie a knot. You could tie it once or twice, and then later on when I'm sewing in my ends, I'll take these and sew into each of their own color. So I'll show you exactly how to do it so you're not questioning. I take my yarn needle, okay, yarn my needle with that color, then we just go in to its same color choice there. So this blue color here, I will sew up into the blue color when I do those next rows, and this red will be sewn into the red. And you want to sew it in, you know, back and forth, around and around, hidden, and then cut any extra that you may have. But it is secure and it is not going to fall apart. And don't worry about what your edges look like either, because we are going to make a border at the end of this. So I just wanted to show you a little swatch piece today on here with this worsted weight yarn, but I do have the velvet yarn and the blanket I have finished off camera. So I did a total of 74 rows completely. Let me see here. No, 72 rows, sorry. I did a total of 72 rows completely. So as you can see on this blanket, and you can do as many rows as you want and make it as wide as you want. But this is what it looks like here. So I have the dark purple, light pink, dark purple, light pink, and so on, and it's like opposite. So the middle is a bigger dark purple section, and each end is exactly the same, symmetrical. And now I am ready to, it's a smaller, sorry about that, I got cut off. The blanket here is a little bit of a smaller blanket, but the border is going to add a couple inches, so I will show you that next. Just continue your pattern the same way, repeating row 2 for however long you need to, and then I will come back and show you how to do the border next. All right, so welcome back. I finished all right, welcome back. So I am going to do the rest of this tutorial with the original baby blanket because I did not make a border for this specific reason, so we could do it on camera and show you how to finish your blanket. So as you saw in the previous clip, the whole blanket done, just repeating row 2 and changing color on the specific rows that I will have listed in the written pattern on yarnutopia.com. So you can check that out and change your color if you want the same type of color change as me, or if you want to change your colors every row or every other row or whatever you want to do, that's totally cool. It's a very simple blanket that you can change to your liking. But when you're finished with however long you want to make it, and you make your last single crochet in the last stitch, I know it's very difficult to see this crochet or this velvet yarn. We're just going to chain 1. Okay, and cut that yarn and then sew that end in. That's super simple. And I know it's very difficult to see this velvet, but in the border it's such a loose stitch that you'll be able to see me do it. So I'm going to sew in that end a little later, but for the border we're going to start in this corner and I'll show you how to do that next. Alright, so we're going to start in this corner here, and I'm grabbing my light pink for the border. You can choose any color that you want. And we're going to insert our hook into the first stitch, okay, of the corner. Just like this. Let's see here. I just want to make sure I do this right. Yep, and then we're going to chain 1 and single crochet. So chain 1, go back into that spot, and single crochet. Okay, now we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and then in the gaps between those groupings, we are going to single crochet in those gaps. So we're going to single crochet in this gap between this grouping, and we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, go into this gap, single crochet, go in, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. Okay, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, go into this gap here and single crochet, and do that all the way across till the next corner, and I'll show you how to turn the corner and go down the side, and then you'll be on your own to do the rest of this round. Alright, so I did it all the way across here, okay, and now we're at this next corner here, and we're going to go down the side of the blanket. So we're going to, I chained 3, I'm going to single crochet into the corner, or you can single crochet into that last single crochet stitch from the last row of your work, single crochet in there, chain 3, and now down the side we are going to work into the single crochets. Okay, so not the chain up stitches where there's the 2 double crochet. We're going to go into the single crochet stitches. So skip this row, go into this stitch and single crochet, then chain 3. Okay, skip this row, go into the base of this row here is that single crochet right there, go into there and single crochet. Okay, and we're just making these loops all the way down this side. So chain 3, oops, Okay, go to the base of this stitch right here. Okay, so it's basically every other row. Chain 3, skip this row, go into this row. I know it's very difficult to see the velvet yarn, but you'll be able to see in your work if you're not using velvet, or if you can just feel around. Just skip one row, and then the base of that stitch is going into a single crochet right there. I know you can't really see it very well. So sorry. Or you could just fit wherever your hook fits. If you wanted to, another alternative would be to single crochet around the whole piece, okay, and then do your chain 3s, okay, and then skip 2 stitches and then single crochet into the next stitch if you want to do an extra round. So I'm doing this chain 3 row on the actual blanket, but if you wanted to single crochet around your whole work and then make these chain 3 stitches on the next row, that would be like a row 2 of your border kind of thing, then it'd be easier to see your stitches. But I'm doing pretty well actually. If you stretch out your work and kind of manipulate it to see where your stitches are, you can pretty much find where you need to go. And then chain 3, here's my row. It's double crochet row, so at the base of that is the single crochet. And there you go. So I'm just going to do that all the way down to the next corner. In the next corner, we are putting a single crochet into the corner, chain 3 before, and then work along the bottom exactly how we worked the top, and then going to the opposite side, up the last side here, just do it like we are right now with this side, okay, and work up. And when I get back all the way around to this corner here, I'll show you how to attach and go on to round 2 of the border. Alright, welcome back. I'm just finishing this round here. We're going to chain 3, and we're going to slip stitch to the first single crochet that we put in that corner right there. Slip stitch, so go in, pull through, and pull through, and pull tight. Okay, and there we have it. Round 1 of the border is done. Looks like this, just all the way around. Looks good. So now we are going to go on to round 2 of the border, and we are going to start in this first chain 3 space. We're going to work in the chain 3 spaces, and what I'm going to do is slip stitch loosely into this chain 3 space. Go in, yarn over, pull through and through, okay, then chain 1, and we can single crochet into that chain 3 space. So go in, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. Okay, now going on to this next chain 3 space, we are going to put, you can either put 5 double crochets or 7 double crochets. That's creator's choice, up to you. I'm going to try 5 and see how that looks and if I want more. So 1, 2, get more yarn here, 3, 4, 5, okay, I'm thinking I want 2 more here, 7. So 6 and 7. That is much better for me. That's more of an arch, and that is what I like personally. But again, creator's choice. You could do 5, you could do 7, or you can even do 9 double crochets. It's up to you. But then we're going to go into the next chain 3 space, and we're going to single crochet into there. So go in, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. So every other chain 3 space is going to have the 7 double crochets, and every other one is going to have a single crochet. So we single crocheted in this one, so now we're going to put 7 double crochets into the next chain 3 space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, oopsie, 7, and then single crochet into the next chain 3 space. Okay, And then you can kind of shape it. Oh, that's going to look so beautiful. Wow. I love it. All right, so I'm just going to do that all the way around in my corners. I'll show you after I finish this round what I do for like passing through my corners, and then I'll show you how to finish this round. So stay tuned. I'm just going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I'm just sorry, I'm counting and talking at the same time. I'm going to finish this round and I'll be right back and share with you how I do my corners and then how to finish this round, and then we'll be able to fasten off and be done. Alright, I've come all the way around. I just did my groupings of 7 double crochet, and then in the next one single crochet, and then the next one 7 double crochets, and just did that all the way around. And on the last space here I have 7 double crochets, so I'm going to slip stitch into the first single crochet, yarn over, pull through and through, chain 1, and then I'm going to cut my yarn and pull it all the way through and pull tight, and I'm going to sew in this end. But on my corners, it was just on one side of the corner it was 7 double crochets, and then this corner, or right after the corner, it was a single crochet in those spaces. So you can't really tell, and if you laid this out and blocked it, you wouldn't be able to tell. It looks like a grouping of 7 in the corner like that. So that's really beautiful. It turned out really nice. I absolutely love it. So to sew in your ends, I showed you earlier on the other little swatch piece, but I can show you here. Just yarn your needle like this and go into the same color and pull. And you can go back and forth and hide the straggler underneath the stitches, and then cut any excess. And there you have it. The Cuddle Up Baby Blanket is complete. Thank you so much for watching and learning how to make this beautiful piece. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and if you made this blanket, please share it on social media, #YarnUtopia. Please share your pictures on Facebook and Instagram, and make sure you subscribe to our channel here on YouTube. Big, huge thank you to Lion Brand Yarn for this fabulous yarn, Vel Luxe. This was so soft, and I cannot wait to gift this to my friends for their new baby arrival to their family. And huge thank you to my dad, who's filming over my shoulder here. Thank you to him for editing this tutorial and posting it up for free for everybody on YouTube. And go check out his crochet hooks on Would Be Fancy. He makes these fabulous crochet hooks. They're lightweight, hand-carved, ergonomic, wooden handled crochet hooks, and they are so fabulous. And I use this throughout this whole tutorial. Love it so much in all my tutorials. And thanks to you for watching and supporting Yarn Utopia. You guys are always so wonderful. Until next time, happy hooking!